The internet seems beautiful and orderly, but in reality, infinite zeros and ones are moving through the web at the speed of light. Billions of lines of code rendering in the browsers, and hundreds of technologies working together. One of the key technologies that makes the internet so beautiful and orderly is CSS. CSS plays a crucial role in how the web looks and functions across various devices, and without it, the modern internet wouldn't be possible. To understand the importance of CSS, we need to talk about the internet. Imagine the internet as a huge playground full of different places called websites. Each website is like a little house where you can go to play games, watch videos, or learn new things. When you want to visit a website, you use a special tool called a web browser. It's like a door that takes you to wherever you want to go on the internet. Then the browser builds a web page by reading the instructions given to it by the server. But here is a twist. Those instructions are not written in only one language. The structure is written in HTML, design in CSS, and functionality in JavaScript. Here is another twist. On their own, these languages are not that powerful, but together they rule over the internet. So, the browser needs all three languages to build a powerful website. In reality, there are hundreds of other technologies involved, and a complex system that runs the modern web. Because it's so complex, I am going to simplify things and focus on these three technologies only. Back in the Stone Age of the internet, websites were a mishmash of raw HTML, resembling a cave painting, more than anything else. Developers wrestled with tables and inline styles, desperately trying to make things look halfway decent. Then, along came CSS in 1996, rescuing us from the abyss of clunky design. Suddenly, developers could separate style from structure, unleashing a wave that transformed the web. As the digital age progressed, CSS became the unsung hero of web, quietly holding everything together like the glue that binds the virtual world. Today, CSS ensures that you get the best user experience possible. Just because of CSS, you can use big and complex websites on your smartphone. Every little animation, transition, and cool visual effects are handled by CSS. Now that we have talked about the importance of CSS, let's do a thought experiment. What would happen if CSS vanished overnight? The internet without CSS. Just imagine, tonight CSS will leave for a lifelong vacation. You woke up the next morning, unaware that CSS has left our universe. For you, it's just another day. You grabbed a cup of coffee and picked up your phone. It's time to check Twitter. But wait, Twitter is nothing like it's used to be. You are shocked and confused at the same time. What the fuck he did now? You decided to go on Reddit, only to be confused again. You thought there must be something wrong with your phone, but then you heard something. Your dad is complaining about Facebook, and your sister can't use Snapchat. Suddenly, your phone buzzed. It's a text from your friend. Dude, what's going on? I don't know, man, but it's not looking good. He replied back, see you later, bro. My mom is calling me to fix her phone. Extremely confused, you put down your phone. At this point, nobody will have a clue of what is about to come. All around the world, as the web turns into a pile of shit, the final chapter of the internet would begin. The shock and confusion among the people will grow, while governments and companies will try to understand and control the situation. As the day progressed, the devastation became more apparent by the hour. By afternoon, everyone will be talking about it. Big tech companies would have lost billions, and the worst of all, Gen Z couldn't believe their eyes. They have never seen the internet so ugly before, whereas millennials would get a taste of nostalgia. Without the CSS, the buttons look uglier than a stick figure drawn by a toddler. Images out of proportion and texts all over the place. There are no round corners or smooth gradients. Everything looks like a chaotic jumble of elements thrown together by a chimp. By the evening, your eyes hurt. You feel sad and irritated. The only usable websites left are plain old blogs. Academic and government websites will also be fine, because they couldn't get any worse. Major websites, on the other hand, are barely usable. Google still shows you the results, but the links lead to some weird-looking websites. YouTube has also changed completely. The homepage is very hard to navigate. Reddit and Wikipedia are now just a messy blob of text. As evening slips into night, the madness keeps on growing. It's like a messy room getting messier by the hour. What was once a smooth digital highway now feels more like a bumpy back road. And as the darkness settles in, so does the frustration of trying to make sense of it all. It's like driving at night with a broken headlight. Not fun. Meanwhile, the developers and designers at the tech companies are trying their best to understand the situation. This was the worst day of their life. Tonight, they wouldn't be able to sleep. It's not just about their job. Without CSS, they couldn't build anything decent or make the web more user-friendly. They have to do something. They couldn't just sit and let the internet crumbles. The whole world is counting on them to come up with a solution and save the internet. After a few days, the reality sets in. The world has accepted the fact that CSS is gone forever. People will talk about how they never gave the respect that CSS deserved. Designers will share their past work as memories. Oddly enough, minimal design will get even more popular. Websites will get much simpler, and the cool transitions and animations will be lost forever. Designers and developers will team up to fix the web. Designers will try different compositions. Developers will come up with new JavaScript tricks. And for the next few months, companies will publish and test new designs. Those designs will evolve, and the most profitable designs will saturate the web. So, it's not unthinkable that the new internet would leave the current design principles behind, and developers will try a completely different approach to build websites. Years later, developers will talk about the internet's beautiful past. CSS, a style sheet language that was once the backbone of the internet's aesthetic charm and functionality, now floating somewhere far away in the universe. Okay, enough drama, let's get back to reality. CSS hasn't gone anywhere, and the internet is just fine. While it's completely true that CSS makes the internet beautiful and orderly, overusing it could also cause a lot of problems. You see, CSS is like salt. You just need to sprinkle it. Technically, it's possible to eat a meal without adding any salt. But there is no way in hell you can eat this. Same goes for CSS. Technically, it's possible to build a website without any CSS. But if you use too much CSS, or make things extra beautiful, the website will have a very bad user experience.